Let's stand by here for a second. Getting word that we may have a verdict. So if you see it come through, Andrea. For folks who are joining us on the CBS News Texas stream and over the air, we are coming to you with breaking news with the Karmelo Anthony trial. We understand that a verdict has already been announced. We're just getting word to see what exactly that verdict is. So please bear with us. We've got Andrea Lucia outside the courtroom, J.D. Miles inside, and we're watching everything from back here in the studios as well. At any moment now, we're expecting to hear what the verdict is. Okay, what is it? Andrea, go for it.
Guilty on murder.
Guilty on murder. Okay.
Guilty on murder.
There we go. I'm not sure if
that is the most severe. The most severe of the charges. Again, the options were murder, manslaughter, or acquittal. We have a conviction of murder, which is obviously more severe than manslaughter. This signals that we are going to go to sentencing, and again, the punishment range is 5 to 99 years. I'm going to step aside. We're going to look at
Rebecca, Tanya, I apologize for interrupting you, but I would like to bring you in for just to touch on the emotional toll that this has taken on two families.
Well, Chris, there have been people here that I have seen every single day since I got here during jury selection. Many of them fought to get into that courtroom so they could see some of the proceedings. And so many people on both sides, Austin Metcalf's family and friends wanted justice for him. They felt like he died in a senseless, very horrific way. Then there are the people on Karmelo's Anthony camp who felt like the system was rigged against him because there were 3 African-American jurors that identified themselves as African-American jurors that were kicked off this jury, that were not picked. I wouldn't say kicked off, but they were not selected as jurors or they did not make the cut. And so people felt that the justice system was just not going to work for Karmelo Anthony. So I suspect that that's some of the emotion that you are seeing here right now in the display.
And Rebecca, you were in that courtroom regardless of...
And that is what you're seeing. And now you're seeing people screaming at one another. And the Sheriff's Department, I will say, the Collin County Sheriff's Department has done a very good job of...
get back started on testimony probably relatively quickly.
Let me ask you a question. You have a client who is a teenager who's a 3.8 GPA, has no bad record, has no juvenile history, has no engagement with law enforcement, has made this decision that has left him guilty of murder. How do you work in the punishment phase? What do you try to do to live?
I mean, I think you gotta first you want to console your client.
I saw Karmelo Anthony enter the courtroom. His lead defense attorney, Mike Howard, had his arm around him. His forehead was on Karmelo's forehead. They were in quiet conversation. It looked like that Howard was trying to console or to prepare Karmelo for what's to come, like he knew it would not be a good outcome with the jury coming back so quickly. The courtroom filled up. The judge...
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. And first and foremost, I do want to once again send prayers over to everybody involved and connected to this situation that is very unfortunate right here, who has been affected by this process and everything that has happened, man. I can only imagine the burden that it has on people involved in this on all sides. So most definitely prayers up to them and everybody going through with this situation right here. And I had a links in the description where you can watch the clips in the beginning in full from WFAA 8 out of the DFW area and Channel 11 as they caught coverage live coming outside of the courtroom right there where the verdict has came in and Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder. They are now waiting the process out to see what the jury is going to decide for punishment. I don't know if they're going to get that done today. Very possible. The other guilty verdict came out rather quickly, so he's looking at 5 to 99 years with this. And I did most definitely make a prediction about this, and I was most definitely incorrect. I did predict that he would be found not guilty, and I based my prediction off of the fact of what I've seen out here in Texas with other cases I've followed since a kid and covered throughout the years since I've been doing media, and throughout the country in the South or other states with self-defense and what murder is, because of the thing where they said it has to be without a reasonable doubt and the premeditated factor, so many different factors that are supposed to go into first degree murder. From the news that I was getting, I didn't see that stuff all the way confirmed without a reasonable doubt, and that's why I thought they would come with the lesser charge, because I've seen that before. And once they did make it official, the lesser charge was available in manslaughter. I was like, okay, it's available. They're probably going to go with that because of its different testimonies. This person saying this person is saying that. Then he wasn't breaking the law by being under the tent. The knife that he had wasn't illegal either. And then how do you prove intent to kill in this situation? Not true. It doesn't have to be a planned out thing to be murder, but the circumstance of him stabbing one time is most definitely a thing that you didn't want to see. We'd rather not even be in this situation, but the facts that I was receiving, I was not in the courtroom. I'm only going off of what I'm seeing and what got reported with the case. I said, well, hey, from what I've seen before out here in Texas, especially with the Casey and Allison case, with the stabbing in that one, and he stabbed them multiple times. They were into it for real, even to a point where they were gonna fight prior. They eventually got to fight. He pulled the knife out and got to stabbing them. They dropped that one down for murder. They found him not guilty of the murder, but did negligent homicide. And I'm like, well, this is the same state of Texas. The city is only a couple hours away in itself, an hour or so away. So I said, well, hey, man, see what I see with other self-defense cases. This doesn't show he just went there to kill. He knew people under that tent. It was raining. He had a reason to be there. So I thought that all of those things would play a factor in them finding him guilty, maybe on a lesser charge. But ultimately, the jury makes the decision. I do expect an appeal process to come from this. Most definitely going to be a long, hard process for him, going into prison at such a young age. And like they said, he made good grades, never had been in trouble before. And seeing this happen to go on with this is going to be an uphill battle. And then also the jury not having anybody black on there. That's another thing I can see it getting into the facts of what is the appeal process, maybe a change of venue for a different county in the future, so more black people can be selected in this. And I know people don't like to accept it. I don't care about your feelings. I'm outside living. I done worked in this life. I done had jobs back in the day. I done did it all. Racism is a very high prevalent thing. I'm not one of them lost brothers out here, no matter how I talk, how I slang, how I act, all that, fam. I done worked in jobs where the race, people just don't call you derogatory terms no more. And we'll break it down like this. I don't care what race it is. Switch these roles around and y'all can take it how y'all want to take it. You can see people outside actively turned up. This became a racial thing nationwide. Let's not run from the truth, y'all. Let's just accept reality. We are in America. It's something that's always going to be here in a conversation. So y'all can say what y'all want to say, whatever. I'm not going to come on here and lie. For the facts of when it comes down to this right here, if he was black, the bigger kid was black, 6 feet, 50, 60 pounds heavier, everything of that nature, went up somewhere, told somebody they had to move. They're not breaking any laws being there. They know somebody there is raining. He said, well, man, I don't want to move. You don't got authority over me to make me move. Well, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. You then go to put your hands on them. Then guess what? They stab you one time, they run. Unfortunately, you pass away from this, which nobody wanted to see. But, hey, man, I was defending myself. We just got to call it. It's going to be seen very differently by most people. It just is what it is. Like, hey, black people know. We keep our hands to ourselves because we can't tell the next person how to react. That's how we live our life. Hey, man, you put your hands on somebody, yeah, you could go break down the things of the law, but it's an understood thing. If I put my hands on somebody, it can go there, especially with you not being police or authority or having the law in your hands where you can make these type of decisions. But with this situation right here, it went that way. I'm not going to run from this conversation because people are scared or fearful of it. It is what it is, bro. I've accepted it in this country. We've seen several times, even in this, like Rick Child case. He was running away, shot the kid in the back over 2 bottles of water that he didn't even take, and he gets off with the murder charges. So self-defense for his son, allegedly, not even himself. So it's just one of these things. The Zimmerman trials, the Casey Allison, fam, we see it where the other person, you know, it just goes differently, bro. But we'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all updated with it. More videos, all that. 1,000 for Shit Show. Stay on your pivot.